Okay, I'm going to regret not filming this, so we're starting halfway through the middle. What I've got going here is the Umbrian polenta sauce. Now this is not going to be exactly the right way because I don't have the ribs. I had the ribs in the refrigerator for a little too long and they didn't smell right, so I'm going to make it with just the sausage. Normally the sausage is and the whole piece is in the casing, but because I don't have the ribs, I'm just going to make this more like a meat sauce and spread the sausage out here within the sauce. So what I've got going on the bottom of the pan here, oh, there's one I forgot to take out of the casing. What I've got going on in the bottom of the pan here is chopped carrots, celery, and a couple of cloves of garlic. And this is going to make enough for, oh geez, probably four good servings. So let me deal with that one in the casing. I'm going to need both hands for that. Anyway, this cooks pretty low and slow for hours. So I'm starting it off here in the morning. And this here, of course, that's olive oil there that the carrots and the celery are browning in. I'm not, you don't caramelize the carrots or anything. And this may not be exactly true yet to the recipe, but it's getting pretty close. I'm going to have to check with some friends on that. Now, what I'm getting ready back here is my spice bundle, right? And that's what it is there. It's a piece of a couple small branches of rosemary broken right off the garden, a little branch of sage. In the wintertime, it looks funny like this. It doesn't have a lot of the big full leaves. It has a bunch of little leaves. In any case, that all gets washed up really good, 2 or 3 rinses in good warm salt water, and then gets tied up with the lemon peel, just the outer peel, not too much of the white part of the lemon. That gets bitter. And then that and some sauce and some water goes in the pot, and that cooks down for a couple hours, a couple good hours to get the water back out and get it to thicken up. So, okay, I'm going to get that spice bundle made up here and progress. Okay, so our tomato sauce is in, and this is a dramatic video moment there. And there's now water, and I'm using here about twice as much water as sauce. I'm going to cover up those spices. And this is the debris that came out of the sage. That's a little bit of an art form to get that nicely clean, that you could be confident in it, especially this time of the year. Okay, and there's my oil coming up to the top. And now this has to reach another boil. And then once it boils, it's stir, stir, stir. I think my spice bundle might be a little bit too big for this pot. So that's okay because it tastes good. And there's not really a lot of room to stir here. Yeah, I can get in there. Yeah, but once the water starts to boil out of this, then it'll start to thicken up, and that takes some good time under low heat and a lot of stirring so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Okay, we're still coming up to a boil here, and then we'll reduce the heat and just let it cook for as long as it takes. I should have mentioned this earlier, but you have to start with this Norcia sausage. This is a sausage. It's particular to Umbria. You will be able to make a good sauce with almost any kind of sausage, but it's just not. If you want the real Umbrian taste, that sausage is absolutely essential. Okay, we are at a nice boil. Now down goes the heat. Give it a stir, and just keep an eye on it. Oh, keep it off the bottom of the pan, especially as it starts to thicken. And this sauce came to me from some friends, and it's a polenta sauce, but I'm not sure it's exclusively for polenta. I'm going to have it with pasta, I think, and polenta. Maybe with pizza. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this would be good on pizza. Okay. It's very tough to get this flame at just the right level. Yes, we're still boiling along here pretty good. Still a lot of liquid, a lot of water in there relative to the amount of sauce. So I'm going to give it a break here because I've got an errand to run. I just let everything sit in here with the fire off. Okay? And I'm completely confident that I can come back to this. It's boiled, it's sterile, the lid's on. That can sit there for a couple of hours with the fire off, and then I can start this, continue the process and finish the process later. And I'm also kind of thinking that this doesn't exactly count as cook time, but it's time at a pretty good temperature until that cools down, and even after it's cooled down, flavors, things are still have some solubility, some mobility. It's less normally in colder fluids, and I would say it's universally true. There's less mobility and less diffusion of flavors going to happen at lower temperatures, but it's still going to happen. So, anyway, we'll revisit this in a couple hours. Okay, what is it here? 1, 2, 3, 4 hours later. It's still warm. It's still warm. And so it's been on hold here for 4 hours, just sitting here. And let's try a little bit. Oh, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. I think this is a mechanism to use. All this time under extremely low heat, while this thing was cooling down to room temperature, 4 hours it took, because it was at a rolling boil. And with the lid on tight, it tastes very good. So now I got to bring it back up and thicken it. And once it's a little bit thick, then that'll be it. So now we got to watch and stir. Watch and stir. Okay, so it was a little warmer than I thought, because in 10 minutes this is back up to a ripping, roaring boil. So I took the lid off, turned the heat down a little bit further, and just looking at it here, it's just going to bubble slowly like this and steam until that is thickened up and the water is gone. That's good. That's an Umbrian taste. It's just like the sauce I've had twice now. Once my buddy made it for me here, for a dozen of us. And the time before that was a community dinner here. And it's that rosemary, sage, and lemon peel, just the outside peel. So this bundle of sausage, now look at this sage here. That's a stick, man. That's a stick off my sage bush. It broke off there. And those tiny little leaves this time of year. So that whole bundle will come out here in just I don't know. I can't imagine boiling this more than an hour, because it's going to have lost all of its flavor to the sauce. It's been in there so far about 4 hours, coming down off, 4 hours coming down off a good hour boil. That first boil might not have been an hour. It might have only been, 45 minutes or so. But this sauce has been together here for a long time and fairly hot. So I think another hour my spice bundle's going to come out, which is going to make it easier to stir. And just by the taste of it right now, it's there. All this has to do is lose a little bit of the water to thicken up a little bit. Okay, out comes the spice packet. Got that little piece of pork there. Come on here. And that's sage and rosemary and just the extreme peel of the lemon with minimal white stuff. Really nice. I'm just going to set it here for now. A lot of the leaves kind of come off the rosemary in here, and that's fine. Do a little look around for anything. Oop. Okay, and the bottom feels good. Not getting anything burned off there. Some people claim that these day-long ragouts, they like to sort of caramelize the tomato a little bit on the bottom. They don't mind if it gets burned a little bit down there. That's fine for them. Those are internet influencers. They're global. I don't know where they're from, or what their background is, or what they really know. All I know is that my guys here from Umbria say to keep it moving, keep it stirring. You don't want any of that kind of activity going on. You don't want to burn the sauce at all. And, you know, that's their taste. That's the way they like it. And I like it that way. It's just a little bit too hot to sip. Oh yeah, that's a good sauce. That is really good. No, just have to let it. Oh, there's a sage leaf that must have got loose. Yeah, we'll pull him back out of there. And there's one over here. No, that's just a little piece of rosemary. But we'll keep it moving, looking for any more bits like that came off our spice package. Now I'm just going to leave these sausage bites big like this. You know, it doesn't really matter if they're broken up or if they're, you know, big pieces of sausage like this that come out. I know that this is going to be very, very good. And tonight I'm going to have it on pasta one day and polenta one day maybe, and then maybe pizza the third day. The three P's: pizza, pasta, polenta. This sauce will be great on all. Okay, and so while the sauce is cooking there, I'm gonna make about 150 grams of pasta. I'm using this one here, this Garofalo, because it's square. And this is a little bit of a cheat what I'm doing here. The sauce is really good as it is. But I can't wait. I'm just going to scoop a little bit, ladle a little bit off the top here, just enough to make my pasta, and have some. It's just that good. I can't wait to try it. 150 grams is about what I normally make, and that makes enough for 2 days, which is good. So. Well, it depends how hungry you are, but yeah, it's often enough for 2 days. Okay, pasta water's boiling. In goes the pasta, and this is a 13-minute to al dente. And we're starting to bend a little bit. And this is a square pasta, and I pulled this one out, it's the square one, because of the increased surface area and its ability to soak up sauce. And at this point, this sauce is, yeah, it's a nice sauce. It could get thicker or not. I could quit any time. It tastes fantastic. But what I am going to do, well, I'll show you in just a minute. Okay. Oh, I forgot to set my timer. We just melted it in there. Let's see, 13 minutes. Okay. It's going to be about 10 minutes till 6. I kind of like how this flips and flops back and forth in one big piece there. Okay, so here's how this is going to happen. I've got 2 minutes to go here. I am preheating my pan. I'm putting this together in a little bit different way, because I've sort of played around with the assassin style spaghetti, and I'm using a partial assassination. That style comes from Bari, which is a town on the east coast of Italy, out on the heel in Puglia. The heel of the boot. So in a little bit here, my timer's going to go off. I'm going to just turn off the video until that pasta has been drained and is in this pan, going in hot, and then we start with the application of the sauce. Okay, my pasta is drained. So that's actually a nice thing. So in goes now some sauce. So, and am I gonna put? No, I'm not gonna put. I'm not gonna put my sausage in this. I'm just gonna put the sauce right in there. And you see that's bubbling. And that bubbling is the rapid reduction of the sauce. And as it does, it's just cooked right into this pasta. And this pasta has been selected because it's got square sides. It's a bronze cut, square-sided pasta, which means it's got a lot of surface area and a lot of capability to soak up taste. I should have made twice as much. I really should have. Yeah, I've just got some carrots in there that came along for the ride. No sausage. Maybe I'll put a piece of sausage in here at the end here. But okay, what you do here is several times until you're happy with it. You put the sauce in here. It's full heat. Oop, I turned my heat down. I shouldn't have done that. It's full heat to keep it bubbling until the sauce really dries out, and you're down to an oil or to grease. That is just cooking away and cooking into the pasta, and then you put a little more. Each time you do this, some of the sauce sort of burns and gets crispy a little bit, and some of the pasta that does. I put in, what did I put in there? 3 ladles, I think. I should have only put in 2, or maybe 1, to keep that cooking temperature up a little bit higher and keep this boiling happening a little faster. So this isn't going to get the full assassin's treatment, because if it did, you would see the pasta getting like really dark brown, almost like crispy fried. And really, I think this is good enough. Okay, so I'm just going to let that cook a little bit more, and it's assassinated enough. And this, I'll just let it continue to bobble along here for another half an hour, and then I'll put it away to use later. But yeah, that's looking pretty good. I think that's going to go on a plate here in a bit for dinner. Okay, just see how it's getting on the edges there. You actually can come very close to burning the sauce this way, just sort of toasting the sauce and the pasta, which is a whole different neat thing. I'm not going to go quite that far. And let's see if I can get this in the bowl without spilling it. I don't think I can. Got a lot of pasta there. Okay, I'm going to stop here halfway and turn off the video. Okay, so we've got this in the plate, and that's exactly the color that this sauce was before. It's like almost orangish. I don't know if that's from the lemon or what, but it's very good. I think it's exactly the right amount of cheese. Yep. Okay, so that's nice dry Parmesan on there. And let's eat. Okay, little wrap up, a couple comments here. It does have the taste that sauce had when we made it for a dozen Umbrians here. Me and 3 Umbrians were I was trying to film it, and my buddies were around the stove making this sauce. And it's not exactly the same because I didn't include the ribs, but it's really good, and it's close. So the thing of this sauce Of course, you saw the spices that are used. I didn't put in a lot of salt. They normally salt it a little bit more. Well, they usually salt it. I don't salt it. It's got enough flavor for me without the salt. And the Norcia sausage, I'm sure, has a little bit of salt in it. So there's just nothing like going out, getting outside, doing some hiking, whatever, working in the yard, whatever, and having a really nice pasta at the end of the day. And this is exactly that. That the Norcia sausage, I mentioned Norcia is a town in eastern Umbria, sort of up alongside the mountains. And they make this sausage there. It's called a summer sausage, but it's a uniquely Umbrian thing. Just because something about the way this town's located, and they use a combination of fresh cuts and also smoked and flavored meats. So it's got already two kind of components to it. It's not real it's not spicy at all. It's spiced, but not with any hot spices or anything like that. It's just very, very good tasting sausage. So if you want to make this authentically, you're going to have to make the sausage, and the recipes are online. It's not hard to make at all. But yeah, it's making sausage. But I don't know. It's up to you if it's worth it, I guess. So, bon appetit.